Words shape reality. A man who commands respect understands this, wielding silence as deftly as he does speech. His power lies not in what he says, but in what he chooses to leave unsaid. Restraint is his weapon, action his currency. There are 5 phrases a truly intelligent man never utters. Not because he's afraid, but because he's too focused on building a life of substance to waste breath on weakness. These are the phrases that betray lesser minds, and by avoiding them, a man carves his path to greatness. Let's dive into what they are, and why they're poison to a sharp mind, with insights that echo the timeless wisdom shared on WisdomWavesAura, my YouTube channel dedicated to unlocking the secrets of a disciplined, purposeful life. First, an intelligent man never says, "I deserve better." The moment those words escape, he surrendered control. Declaring what you deserve is like begging the universe for scraps, admitting you're at the mercy of forces beyond you. A wise man knows the world owes him nothing. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Instead of whining about what he lacks, a sharp man focuses on what he can shape. He doesn't demand a better hand. He plays the one he's dealt with precision and grit. Complaining about fairness is a trap. It keeps you stuck, gazing at what could be instead of building what will be. On WisdomWavesAura, we explore how to shift from entitlement to empowerment, embracing the stoic principle that your response to life, not life itself, defines your worth. A man who avoids this phrase isn't waiting for permission to rise, he's already climbing. Second, you'll never hear a sharp man say, "That's just who I am." This phrase is the anthem of the undisciplined, a flimsy shield for flaws, left unchecked. It's what people say when they've given up on growth, letting their past, their emotions, or their mistakes dictate their future. An intelligent man is a craftsman of his character, always under construction. Seneca, the Stoic sage, warned, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." A wise man welcomes the forge of hardship, using it to hammer out his weaknesses, saying, "That's just who I am," is like burying your potential in a shallow grave. You're alive, but you're not growing. On WisdomWavesAura, we dive into the art of self-discipline, breaking down how to confront your flaws head-on and sculpt a version of yourself that commands respect. The intelligent man doesn't hide behind excuses. He builds with effort, knowing every day is a chance to become more than he was yesterday. Third, a sharp man never says, "It's not my fault." Blame is the language of the powerless, a surrender of the steering wheel of your life. Even when the fault truly lies elsewhere, pointing fingers is a dead end. Epictetus, another Stoic master, taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The moment you shift responsibility, you hand over your power to change the outcome. A wise man takes ownership, not because he caused the storm, but because he refuses to drown in it. He learns, adapts, and turns setbacks into stepping stones. On WisdomWavesAura, we talk about transforming adversity into advantage. Owning every moment, even the ones you didn't create. Saying "it's not my fault" keeps you a victim. Saying "it's now my responsibility" makes you a victor. This shift in mindset separates those who react from those who rise, and the intelligent man chooses the latter every time. Fourth, you won't catch a sharp man repeating, "I deserve better," because he knows it's a redundant cry for sympathy. The universe doesn't care about your sense of entitlement, it rewards those who act. Seneca put it sharply, "Is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." A wise man doesn't demand better treatment, he becomes better. He sharpens his mind, disciplines his desires, and rises through action, not complaint. To say "I deserve better" is to plead for fairness in a world that's inherently unfair. On WisdomWavesAura, we explore how to let go of this mindset, focusing instead on forging resilience and creating value through effort. The intelligent man doesn't need to beg for respect. His presence commands it. His silence speaks louder than any plea, because his actions, relentless, deliberate, and focused, build a life that no one can ignore. Fifth, and finally, an intelligent man never says, "It's not my fault," because he knows blame is a distraction from power. Even if he's in the right, he doesn't waste energy defending his innocence. Epictetus taught, "If someone does wrong, it is because they are mistaken about what is good." A sharp man seeks understanding over argument, growth over vindication. When you say "it's not my fault," you become a leaf in someone else's storm, tossed about by events you can't control. But when you ask, "What can I do about it?" you seize the helm. On WisdomWavesAura, we break down how to transform setbacks into opportunities, wearing responsibility like armor. The wise man absorbs challenges, not to carry their weight, but to use them as fuel. He's unmoved, focused, and dangerous in his calm, letting others waste their breath on blame while he builds a life of purpose. These 5 phrases: "I deserve better," "That's just who I am," "It's not my fault," "I deserve better," "It's not my fault," are the traps that keep men small. They're the words of those who let life happen to them, who choose comfort over growth, blame over power. An intelligent man avoids them not because he's hiding, but because he's deliberate. His silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. He's too busy crafting a life of meaning to waste words on excuses. On Wisdom Waves, we dive deep into this mindset, unpacking the principles of stoicism, discipline, and resilience that turn ordinary men into extraordinary ones. The sharp man knows that what he doesn't say defines him as much as what he does. He lets his actions steady, purposeful, and unrelenting speak for him. This mindset isn't just about avoiding certain words, it's about embracing a philosophy of ownership. Every time you resist the urge to complain, to blame, or to excuse, you're choosing power over weakness. You're choosing to be the architect of your life, not a bystander. On Wisdom, we explore how small shifts in thinking, like rejecting these 5 phrases, can lead to massive transformations. The intelligent man doesn't need to shout about his worth. His life does the talking. He doesn't demand respect. He earns it. He doesn't beg for fairness. He creates his own justice through effort and discipline. Consider the alternative, a life spent complaining, excusing, and blaming. It's a life of stagnation, where potential withers under the weight of self-imposed limits. The sharp man rejects this. He knows that every challenge is a chance to prove himself, every setback a lesson in disguise. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we share stories and strategies to help you break free from these mental traps, drawing on timeless wisdom to navigate a chaotic world. The intelligent man doesn't just survive, he thrives, because he's learned to master his mind before trying to master the world. This is the path of the wise, deliberate, focused, and unyielding. It's not about perfection, but progress. Not about being flawless, but being intentional. Every time you choose silence over complaint, responsibility over blame, you're forging a stronger version of yourself. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we're building a community of men who live this way, men who don't just hear these lessons but embody them. The intelligent man knows that power isn't loud. It's quiet, steady, and relentless. He doesn't need to say he's better. He becomes it. He doesn't need to excuse who he is. He shapes who he'll be. And he never, ever blames the world for his place in it. He claims that place with every choice he makes. If this resonates, if you're tired of the noise and ready to build something real, join us on Wisdom Waves Aura. We're not just talking about a better life. We're showing you how to create it. The sharp man doesn't wait for permission or pity. He moves forward, silently, deliberately, and with purpose. Let's walk that path together, leaving behind the words that hold us back, and embracing the actions that set us free.